Hello everyone, this is Dotman, and this is turn 15, the Mentor vs. Midshipmen series, Vulcan sector, for planets new. And turn 15 is always a interesting turn. Usually most games run once a day until turn 15, and after that they slow down to 2 turns a week or 3 turns a week. Turn 15, it's kind of like a turning point, it's a milestone, you know. You've got some planets. I've got 20. I'd like a few more. You've got some star bases. I've got 2. I would have liked to have a few more. But, you know, so you judge yourself a little bit on turn 15. But all in all, this is not awful. If we look at the scoreboard, you know, you can see I'm a little light on ships compared to other people. This privateer player is really turning the ships out. Everybody else is pretty much doing the standard. The Feds here have a fair number of ships. Everybody else is kind of building ship a turn. A couple people got some star bases up this turn. Very nice to see. Very nice to see. Turn 15. You like to have your second star base up by turn 15. You guys here, if you've got any way to kind of get a star base going, especially this player here. Look, the robots, cheap trick. Now the robots, yeah. I mean, what are you going to build with it, right? But you can hopefully find a spot to get some cheap cat's paws out, you know, with good launchers. Maybe a Silicanoid world with all those freighters. But but overall everybody's looking pretty good and nice to see. Total ships 161. Took us 15 turns to get here. I don't think it's going to take us 15 turns to hit 500. I think we'll hit the ship limit well before, or at or around turn 30 here. I'm predicting turn 26, 27 right now, just a gut feeling. But anyway, I've rambled on enough about that. Let's check the reports here. Starting to get to the point where I'm getting some reports every turn, you know. Around about turn 30, 40, you're going to have a couple hundred reports, so you kind of got to parse them. Colony, yeah, some people are dying, eating supplies. Ships, no enemy colonists. Starbase, I built my Merlin, very nice. Ooh, a meteor shower. So, in case you don't know, randomly there'll be small meteors on a planet, and you get some free minerals on the top, so that's always nice to see. I wonder which planet it is. Yeah, okay, so it's this one over here. That's really nice. Occasionally you get a huge meteor that hits. At least you used to. I don't know if that happens in this game. I think it does. And there's effects with that. And some bioscan stuff. Humanoid life. A whole bunch of it. Cold climate. Where's that? Oh, way up here. Okay, so it's the reports. Let's take a look at the star map here, see where we sit. I sit in the middle, of course, you can see. Compared to, I don't know, 5-6 turns ago. A lot of red on this map. A lot of red on this map. Oh, what is this? We have an enemy ship closing. A little probe jumped in. A B-200. And of course I can see all the stats on it. Normally you wouldn't be able to see any of this. You'd see basically what you see here. B-200, mass. You can see the mass. These would be question marks about what it's got, but I would be able to see the total mass. So this is a cyborg probe that jumped in. Now the cyborg probe can't do more than one jump on a tank of gas. It only has 80 fuel, and it uses up 50 of that jumping. So at most this guy has 30 fuel right now, which means he's going to need to find a planet to refuel that. And that's probably going to be one of these. Now, of course, I have a large deep space freighter here, which could be captured by this ship, so that's no good. I'll need to be careful. Of course, he's too far away right now. He's over a turn away. So no worries there. He's going to have to come to me to refuel or trek back this way. So he's going to have to come to me, and I'll interdict him at that point and take him out. But I am going to need a defensive ship up here. What do you know? I just happen to have one, but it doesn't have any fighters on board. Probably doesn't need him for something like this. Anyway, I made a much ado about one probe. No big deal. What else do we got going here? We got down here, I got my Cobalt on this world, going to colonize, and I got an MBR pretty close. So we're beginning to get really close to each other here. I'm of course not going to make any attacks against these guys. I'm forbidden from it until turn 30, number 1, but number 2 I don't really want to. It doesn't serve any purpose of mine. So let's start from the beginning. with my Starship's medium deep space freighter. as always, and he has just run some stuff back to the homeworld. Very good, because I just built that Merlin and I'm going to need all the stuff I can get. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with him yet, but I will probably send him here. I think I will send him there. As always, I'm going to load up clans. Not strictly necessary, but I like to do it. Next ship. This Cobalt has come back, and I'm going to use this Cobalt to tow this Merlin to wherever I'm going to take it. Now, I want to put it over Bovie World. That's where all the supplies are to convert. So either this one or this one. Ideally, I won't want it both. I think I'm going to go over here first, just because it's closer to the starbase, so I can kind of fill it up with stuff. So set my mission to tow. Any 2-engine ship can tow. Any 1-engine ship cannot. Tow my Merlin class alchemy and just set it over there. Of course, I'm going to planet hop so I don't get seen. And I don't need all this fuel. I'm going to save some, because this ship generates fuel, of course. Let's check out my Merlin here. Throw a piece of fuel on there just so it has it. Only 600 supplies here. I'm not going to do any alchemy right now because I have enough minerals here. I may change that decision, but I don't think I'm going to do any alchemy right now. Let's just go on to the next ship. Large deep space freighter. This one was heading out to here to continue with clans, possibly for this sector. Of course, I got this ion storm coming in I got to worry about. It's not very high strength. I don't know if it's enough to push me around or not yet. Doesn't really look like it. Maybe that little bit. Yeah, he'll be alright. I'm going to send him up there anyway. I got to get some more fuel. Hopefully lands on that planet safely, or else he'll get drug out here and run out of gas and I'll have all kinds of trouble. Next, this guy. Where I was bringing some more colonists and over here. General, just to let me get my general to colonize this cluster. So I don't have really many colonists over here, up there. So I'm just going to transfer down a couple hundred, bring up some of these supplies that this planet's already building. You can see it's got 134 factories, so it's doing 100 supplies a turn. I'm going to beam up some of those supplies and some of these mega credits to get these other planets rolling much quicker. And then I'm going to go fill them out. So on to the next. This little guy out here, what kind of planet is this? Step 63. Whoa, look at all that gas. Look at all that uranium. Yeah. This one's pretty good on minerals all around. That's a good little planet. I'm going to drop 200 clans, 100 supplies. Whoops. 100 supplies. And I didn't bring any mega credits, so on to the next. I'm going to bring it over here to this. Ooh, I don't have enough gas. It's got 247, so I'm going to set my mission to beam up fuel and send them over to this planet here and colonize that one next. So it doesn't look like I don't have fuel, but it'll beam up all that gas on that planet before I get there. This is good for 2 reasons. One, it loads up this guy with fuel so we can make the trip. Also, it strips the fuel off this planet, so this probe won't be able to take it and jump out. On to the next. Yes, my Cobalt down here. Siliconoid Monarchy 43. It's a nice little planet. Minerals not so great, but you know, whatever. But it's going to take me a while to colonize this up. I'm going to drop 30 clans, maybe 40. Because I'm only colonizing this planet and this planet with this ship. And I'll just drop half my supplies. Go on to the next. Next. This Cobalt, of course, is colonizing this cluster here. And what kind of planet did I find? Temp very cold. Minerals very low, except Molly. So not a great world. Drop 20 clans. It's just 4 supplies to get it started. Go on to the next planets. Next up, my Gemini. What is he doing? He was up here colonizing this. He's just kind of bringing stuff down with him now. Some extra minerals he picked up. And I was going to bring that all down here, I think. So, have any more cargo room? Sure. Let's load up all that uranium. I seem to be short uranium these days. Of course, I'm not going to be. I'm going to be wanting to build fighters with him, but I'm okay right now. So, where do I send him? He's got 218 uranium. I can stockpile some minerals here, or I can bring them back to my home world, or I can send them down to this planet. I need more fuel at any rate. How is that? 3 turns? 2 turns? 1 turns? Or 1 turn, of course. Oh, I'm not sure where I want to send him yet. I have to think about it. My Merlin's coming up this way. There's some good minerals here. Not a lot of mega credits up here, so I might burn some supplies for mega credits. Amphibian, silicanoid. Maybe I'll build my starbase on this planet, actually. Get the free, turn out some cobalts with it. As opposed to right on top of the Bovie planet. This is starting to... See, your plans kind of start to come together, you know. I don't stress over this stuff right away. At any rate, that's not going to happen soon. I think I am going to bring this back to my home world. Just for now. Like I said, you know, you pick how much time you want to spend on this, right? This is kind of a fun mentor midshipman game. This is my thought process on most games. You know, sometimes you get really into it and you plan every little thing. You know, when am I going to need 300 uranium here? And when will that be? And you can plan the whole thing out. And that's a lot of fun sometimes, and a lot of people enjoy playing that way. I do myself from time to time, but this game, not so much. I'm kind of seated the pants in it just a little bit. And, you know, I'll be alright. Next ship. This freighter, who I had to use to bring back mega credits, this had mega credits on them. I beamed them down before I started this recording because I wanted to see how much there would be and what I could build. I was playing with builds here. Probably, oh, nope, doesn't show it anymore. So he already beamed down his mega credits, so now he needs to go do something useful. And what is useful? Well, useful is probably going to be going and getting more clans and bringing them down to this world. But I may need him to shuttle minerals. At any rate, useful is not sitting here, so I'm going to send it back home via that Gemini. Next, my Patriot. What is he doing? He's just kind of trekking on out. He was going to rendezvous with this Gemini to get some fighters, but now I'm sending that one back there. So he's not really doing too much of anything. And that's not a good thing. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I may send him back to re-rendezvous, just drop these clans off, get some fighters, get moving. We'll see. Patriot, yes, he's up here. I'm going to need him to interdict this ship, possibly. And I think he can do it without fighters, but my ships can build fighters in space, although Patriot has a tiny cargo, so he might be able to build like 2 fighters or something. Yeah, I'll be able to build 2 fighters, it looks like. Not so great, but better than nothing. This thing only has 2 beams, so I'm going to go ahead and build those 2 fighters, why not? 20, I can't build another fighter on this ship? How much does it take? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I should be able to build 1 more. Oh, there's not enough tritanium on this planet. That's ridiculous. I've never actually built a fighter with a Patriot before. You don't really do it. Usually you stock these guys up before you send them out. But I really wasn't anticipating any trouble this early. It's okay. He can take this guy on without fighters at any rate. So I am going to send him off, though. How far is here? Okay, too far. This planet can defend itself. If I build a bunch of defense posts real quick, I'm going to send this ship over here to escort this LDSF. Very good. Enemy, the cyborg. In case he, for some reason, intercepts me. Make sure we fight. And I think a Patriot can take out a B-200 without really fighters. You know, if you're not sure, you can always go to the VCR and you get this little battle simulator. You just set it on up, B-200. Now, I know he's running with X-rays. I would make that assumption anyway. Of course, if he's running with disruptors, I made a very bad choice. Now, how does a Patriot do? With X-rays? This doesn't really matter for this. but only 2 fighters. Well, let's see. My fighters get taken out pretty quick, but at least his beam side, it doesn't really. So those fighters are just waste. Yeah, see, his mass is much lower than my mass. I'm gonna probably capture this ship. Also, I have a really high crew. Now, if he had disruptors, he would capture this Patriot, and that would be bad for me. This is gonna take forever, so I'll just pause the video so you don't have to watch all this. Okay, miracle, his ships are shields down 0, and he gets captured on the next one. So yeah, my Patriot's fine. Nothing to worry about. I have half a mind to chase him around a little. Certainly he was going to try to go for one of these worlds. But I'll just stick with what my mission is. I guess strictly speaking, I'm not supposed to be initiating combat at any rate. On to the next. Gemini en route with minerals and stuff for that starbase. It's on mission. Is it on mission? No, it's on mission. Next. Finally my Merlin. I'm just going to tow that into position. I'm not going to build anything right now. So, all my starships have missions. I'm going to go to my starbases next and build stuff. See what I can build here with what I got. I'm going to want another Merlin, but I don't have enough stuff for it right now. What else do I need? I need Virgos. I need to start putting these out. Ooh, it looks like I could build one with low-tech engines right now. I may just do that. Otherwise, I need mine-laying ships. I need higher level tech on the torpedoes, but I can't tech upgrade yet. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to build there. This starbase, I finally brought some stuff in, so if you recall, my plan was to churn out kobolds here at high-tech launchers so that I can mine effectively later. Of course, I need other ships too. I need to think about this a moment. Well, the plan was to build kobolds here, so that's what I'm going to do. Just like that, with Mark 7s. Remember, I was bringing like, 90 duranium from there. So I'll use up 70, that'll give me 30. I'll be able to build at least one more of these, probably 2, if I'm mining at any decent rate on this planet. Which I'm not. Why am I not? Because I haven't built any mines. So I'm going to do this manually right now. Next turn I'll fill it up with mines. Okay, very good. Yeah, so we'll build a cobalt here, here. I've kind of got 2 Geminis floating around, but they're out of position. They're not building fighters. I don't really need a Virgo yet, but it's never too early to start building them. It really isn't. And I do like to start building them around now, even if they don't have good engines. I can use them for defense and minesweeping. Yeah, I can do something. I don't really need fuel. I don't really build these unless I have to, although I do have money problems. It's not the worst thing in the world. I hate to build something like this at my main starbase, although it could lay mines for me too, but I don't have money to tech up, so... Decisions, decisions, decisions. What kind of ship do I want? Something to be said for building one of these. Towing a whole mess of clans around. Or an neutronic refinery. These are good minesweepers, but I have bad beam tech and I don't really need it as the colonies. Ah, heck, if I can build a Virgo, I think I ought to. Drive 6s, no. Star Drive 4s, yes. Of course, it's going to eat up almost all my mega credits, so let's take a look here at that situation. Can this planet tax? No, not for a while. So I'm going to have like not a lot of money here for a couple of turns. Can this planet tax? Could. It's probably not going to. No, it wants to recover a little more. So I've got money shortages. Originally this was going to bring back some money from here to kind of avoid that problem. But There's not too much I can do about it right now. Alright, so I thought about it a little bit, and what am I going to build? I could build that Virgo, but it's going to cripple me financially for a number of turns. On the other hand, I just don't have a lot of mega credits. Anything with 2 engines, a transwarp is going to hit me in the mega credit slot. So I think I am going to do what I didn't want to do and build one of these. It will, if nothing else, generate 160 mega credits a turn. Gosh, I hate to do this. I'm going to think a little more. I can't bring myself to do it. I'm going to build the Virgo. At least I'll have one on the board. I'm building with low-tech engines to save money. You can put Star Drive 1s on, right? But like these other ones don't cost that much more. It's like 915 mega credits, which is my shortage right now. You know, 6s, okay, I can't afford, they're too much, but like 5s, it's only 200 more, 4s, and this is good because then they can still move around a little. Like I can warp or warp 6 and burn just a little more fuel as opposed to the warp 1s, which burn a lot of fuel. So build. Let's put a heavy carrier on the board, and you know, I may need that sooner than I think anyway. So I'm happy with that decision. I may not be happy with it next turn, but we'll see. Anyway, that's about it. My ships have missions, my star bases are building, my planets are executed. Do I have any new planets that I need to do stuff to? Planets with no native tax method. Yeah, these guys need growth tax. I need to build no burn. That's with no build method. This one I want to build a factory. This one I don't want to, so I'm leaving that manual. Okay, so yeah, all my planets are kind of good to go. There we go. That's it. Turn 15 is history. So thanks for watching, and I'll see ya on turn 16.